Yes, Zakia, what's your full name, please?
My full name is Zakia Akram, but you may call me Zakia.
Where work and study?
I do work now. I am teaching in a college. I missed being a student 2 years ago. I completed my education. The answer of your question is now I do work.
Where from?
I'm from Pakpatan. It's a central city of Punjab. My city is a historical city with ancient culture. It's very fruitful to visit this.
Okay. Let's now talk about hobbies and leisure activities. Do you prefer relaxing at home or going out in the evening?
Literally, I'm not a person who prefer outdoor activities. I spend most of my time at home. In fact, my home is the best place to make myself and my mind relax. And whenever I feel tired, I just prefer to stay at my home rather than going outside.
When you do go out for an evening, what do you like to do?
Sorry, could you please rephrase?
When you do go out for an evening, when you go for an evening activity, what do you like to do?
Whenever I get a chance to go outside, I prefer to do walking because walking it's a good exercise and it's make my mind fresh and let the good ideas come in my mind, and it insists me to think a lot about my motives and about my goals. So the answer of your question is whenever I go outside, I prefer to do walking.
Fine. Who do you like to spend leisure time with?
I'm not a person who a very talkative person. I am literally an introvert person. But if one person avail to me and I spend my time with her, she is my cousin, and she always motivates me in my studies, and we both help each other. That's the reason I do spend my time whenever I have free time. I spend with her.
Fine. If you had more free time, what would you do with it?
If I will have more free time, then I will start to grow some plants because planting is my favorite thing. And whenever I get free time, extra free time, I search different plants on internet and I try to grow at my garden.
Fine. Moving towards part two, where you will be requested to please directly state an answer. The question is describe an interest or hobby that you enjoy. You should say how you became interested in it, how long you have been doing it, why you enjoy it, explain what benefits you get from this interest or hobby.
All right, sir. Do I start?
Yes.
Basically, there are many things to do, and now I prefer to do multiple things. But here, I would like to tell you about my favorite thing, which I mostly do in my spare time. Whenever I have free time, I read books. Literally, I am a bookworm, and I just try to read multiple books on different topics. Most of the time I read self-help books that really encourage me and inspired me about my motives and my purposes. So it is very good for me to read different books. First, I got this habit from my father. My father is basically a bookworm, and I am using this habit since my childhood. When I was in sixth class, I used to read multiple books, and I used to study multifarious books on different topics. Now, currently, I'm reading a book. The title of that book is Stop Worrying and Start Living. It's Dale Carnegie's book. And I was amazed to read this book. Now I am reading this book a second time. So when I read the books, I just get good vocabulary after reading the books, and I always get the merits of good pronunciation. So yes.
Moving towards part three discussion. In your country, do people have a good balance between work and leisure time?
Definitely, yes. My country is a diverse country, and my country, the literacy rate of my country is very good. Most of the people are educated, and they always keep the balance between their leisure time and in their work. During their leisure time, they go for outdoor activities and enjoy meals at hotels and restaurants, and during their work they do work with devotion and full heart.
Has the amount of free time people have changed in the last 50 years?
As far as I am concerned, definitely yes. The past people have very free time, but now the life is very hectic, and everyone is giving long hours to their work, and they want to get money by hook or by crook. So the things and time is definitely changed rather than past. In past, people prefer to stay at home while they give short time to their work, but now the situation is contrary to this. Now people used to give long hours to their work and rarely stay at home.
Okay, how has this changed from 20 years ago?
Sorry, how has this changed from years ago? Actually, this change came from technology in the cutting edge. The world is getting familiar from different sort of technologies. We are using internet here, and I can sitting while I'm sitting here, I can talk to the next person who is sitting in the next corner of the world. I can talk to them just by pressing a single button. So this technology brought this change, and now it is getting advanced day by day. I think in future the world, internet and all technologies will revolutionize the world more and more.
Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of change for children?
um, According to my point of view, there are different pros and cons of this change about children. In the past, children they just use their time on some activities and more time to studies. While in recent time, children give their few time to studies and do extra curricular activities, while some perform their skills, god gifted skills, in some other professions, like if for instance most of the children prefer to make a tiktoker now, and they want to use their skills to earn money, while in the past the situation was totally contrary to this. Now the world is getting progress day by day, and today the children follow global culture. The world Earth, which was the planet of years, now it's just a global village. So it has huge impacts on the children, on the present and past children. So the situation is totally changed now.
Very well explained. Overall, I would give you 7.5 again. In part first, when you say your name, you can say, my full name is Zakia Malik. You may call me Zakia. No need of saying within between but you may. And for our next question, where are you from? Your answer should be concise, not where are you from and then where are you living. Same goes for this. What do you work or study? Simply only answer either you are studying or working currently, not about past or future. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, remaining was fine. Uh, I would say that English is second learning language. This is for all of other students as well, those who are listening right now the lecture. That when you do speak English, try to speak for more than 1 hour on daily basis for 30 to 40 days. If you want 100% fluency, actually the problem is not with your learning or with your skills. We never deny that you are not talented or anyone. This is for all of you, that when you think like I'm having talent, I know grammar, I know tenses, and English is like a cup of tea for me, and it is like a piece of cake. I can speak very well. Now we don't deny that we don't speak, we can't, you can't. You can very well, but English is second learning language, not your own mother tongue, native tongue. Now, adhere according to linguists, according to the terminologists, according to philosopher, according to linguistic terminology, English is called code changing, second learning language. Now, for second learning language, it is 100% must and necessary that to have fluency and this tip of tongue and this piece adhere in your lips. If you want fluency, you should utter, you should speak daily for more than 1 hour. All of you students, right? Now, if you would not speak for 1 hour, that fluency is going to be demolished and distracted again and again with your own native tongue, with your own native speaking, listening and speaking. So far, and that is very, very important. If you would be having fluency, you would be having confidence. If you lack this part, you would be having problem and troubles you would make in grammar section and in other sections as well. So this is very, very important to bring that, and the solution and the formula that I'm sharing again and again, that try to speak for daily. Do not take it very easy as a light thing, because being an instructor, training students, even native speakers I do train, and even in the different colleges and academies, we deliver lectures, but the English lecture same goes. But when the time comes to speak Urdu for me personally and individually, and when I speak Urdu for 3 days, when I don't speak for 3 days in English language, I personally face lacking of fluency. After 3 days, then I recover within 1 day or two. I then recover again. But that position I can never compare with the past 3 days ago, right? Again. So this is also for you guys, that for having fluency, it is 100% must. Otherwise, you would know words. You would be having in your minds. But why suddenly it happens that you feel that I want to speak, but the words are like someone is stripping from me. The words like they are going to be forgotten from me, or I'm lacking fluency. So the problem, the matter at here is that you don't speak daily. You should speak. Your words should be familiar within your mind. Should be familiar on your this tip of tongue, right? So let's take a start. This is your first lecture of IELTS speaking section, and at here we will discuss some interesting points, some enjoying points, right? And I would try my 100% that you should get 100% and you should enjoy 100%, right? So now, in IELTS speaking, as you know, that there are three sections. Section number one contains introduction questions. Section number two contains this cue cards. Section number three contains discussion part. As far as if we talk about introduction questions, full name, ID card, where are you from, do you work or study? Beside these four, the remaining four questions are six questions would be regarding your uh, personality, would be regarding your timetable, schedule, what do you like so far, what you don't like. Now, for all such kind of variety of questions, your answers must be very, very, very short. Short means two sentences average answer for each part. First question, two sentence average. Maximum four sentences enough. Otherwise, if you go in more reasons, those reasons can be the answer for your next upcoming question of part first. For that reason, be very careful. In recent exams, in our experience, those who got 6.5 and couldn't achieve 7.5 and 7, while they were students of 7, the reason with those students were also the similar. They talk more and then they were unable to share more information for the next question. So because the next question is asking the similar information from you in part first, overall in IELTS speaking exam, each question is having affiliation with each other. If you look at the part three questions, those are related to part two question, but only little bit example would be different that would be required in each single part question, right? Same goes for part first four question. First four questions are what's introduction, but remaining four, six, seven, eight questions are regarding your personality, are 100% related to your, are totally related to having similar information, what you don't like, what you like so far. So all such kind of information will be asked from you, but having similar. Like look at this question. Do you usually wear a watch? Do you ever get a watch? Why do most people like to wear expensive watch? Now all wear watch, watch, watch. right? Now the questions are having relationship, affiliation. But now if you talk, that's why if you talk little bit in excess, little bit more than your required information, it would be irrelevant. It would be, you would just cross the limits, and information would be not correct, and you would stuck in your own self, like what to say, how to how to conclude answer. So be very concise. Be very concise means short answer, short answer. In front of examiner, uh, even they appreciate and they ask us that please ask each student to have concise answers for this part. Now, for starting, I mentioned that you can start the part. First questions I would share again with you after the class, that you can use some phrases like, to be honest. My interesting one, my favorite one is that frankly speaking. Mohammed Qasim, please mute your mic. Is the background sound. Mohammed Qasim, please mute your mic. There's a background sound from your side. Okay. Now, frankly speaking, uh, thank you for asking such a nice question. No, Zakia, not another question test right now. I'm sorry. You can take another time. Sorry. Now, thank you for asking such a nice question. This was an interesting question for me. Uh, Honestly sharing, honestly speaking, all such starting phrases you can share, and you can start your answer. Okay. Part two, that is the most important part of speaking questions, speaking tests, because part one means two bands, part three means two bands, part two means five bands, cue card. Now collectively nine bands. This is the distribution of bands. Now at here part two, firstly you must know from where to prepare IELTS speaking exam, from where and how. So that is very easy. That is very interesting. That is very easy. For IELTS speaking exam, you should cover three things in the materials to collect information, to collect ideas. Now your mind would be having, Mohammed Qasim, you're distracting me because of your voice, a background voice. Now, for that, 42 topics, 100% the most important source. 42 topics. If somebody is lacking that, share me after the class. I would share with you guys. Mohammed Qasim, I think you are not understanding, and I would then just exclude you from the class if again your mic is unmuted. Oh my God, I'm going to exclude this person. Sorry. Uh, oh, fine. Okay. Now, 42 topics for IELTS speaking, the most important, right? Then you are having this Maker final version, Maker old version. If your test is in the month, in 1 month, then only go for Maker final version. And these three sources, 42 speaking topics, Maker final version, and past papers questions. If somebody is not having, remind me after the class, I would share, inshallah, again. And if you can remind in the class group, someone else would share with you. Okay. Now these three are the sources. Three should be done on daily basis, like three past papers on daily basis, 3 to 5 Maker book few cards questions, and 3 to 5 these 42 topics. Right. This is going to help you 100% in having the exact, correct, and relevant information regarding as speaking questions, which can be asked from you so far in upcoming exam. Now, as far part two is concerned, here many different aspects are going to be observed by examiner, are examined by examiner. What are those, and how you should be very well in that, how you should perform very good in that. And part two, as you know, that huge minute, 1 minute would be given to you to prepare your topic, and then you're supposed to talk on that topic for 2 minutes, right? Now, first of all, how to prepare in 1 minute. If you start writing a sentence, it would take 2 minutes to complete, right? Like in simple words, sentence means first you're thinking and then you're writing a sentence. So it's not fair to write a sentence. Then how to prepare, how to have a creative idea? You should draw a rectangle on each simple corner. On each corner, you should write the answer. Like for example, the question is talk about someone you really like to spend time with. Who the person is. First question is who. So write the name. Who is the person? Next question is how you know him. So how you know him, when you met him, know him. So just write, he's my cousin, he's my brother, sibling, whoever he is, right? And then okay, then what you usually do together? What you do together, you can say study, you can say work, you can say any domestic job, right? Any work, you can say watching TV, you can say leisure activity, going outside home. You can even collect all these activities together and then mention in this part that most of the time when I spend time with my friend, my sibling, whoever the person is, I do like to study with him in my leisure time. And I would further share that that is very interesting for me, the situation. Whenever I just get bored, I call him and ask him to come and go together along with me outside for the walk, for a journey, for any exercise, right? We do study together, we do watch TV together, right? Different sort of activities you can mention in a simple question, one single question. Then when you met for the first time, why he is so important for you, why you like him, who else yes, where you go together, right? Now keeping WH questions in mind, 1111 three would be mentioned here, and remaining three you can just bring in your mind, like for collecting ideas, for counting, for prolonging your information in a relevant format, like to not go here and there, but in a very relevant format. If you want to prolong your cue card and proper sequence, you must keep WH questions in mind. First question is who, second is how, third is what, and then remaining you should bring in your mind where, when, why, right? Why important, where happened, and when he goes with me, right? Like this kind of question you're supposed to bring in your mind. But the very creative way, again I'm repeating, that create a, draw a rectangle, draw a circle, on each corner write some points, within between of those points you can write some those of the connectors, like firstly, secondly, furthermore, in addition, additionally, logically. Next I would like to mention moreover, for so far, right? Like that's why henceforth all these connecting ideas words you can then use. And I would like to mention some of the idioms you should emanate. If you want idioms for speaking, I would share after the class. Tell me again. Most of the students, rather 90% students, don't use idioms. They don't go for a little bit challenging work. But if you would use them, that would make your speaking up to access level. That access level means 8.5, right? So that would just incline your score if you use even single idiom. Like if any hard question is asked from you, or you don't like the question, you can simply start, it is not a cup of tea for me, like I don't like it, or it's not easy for me, right? I'm not interested in that. You can say, if you say for any question, I'm not interested in that, you can say it is not a cup of tea for me. So such question, oh, and if you say it's very difficult, you can say it's just a bullet science for me, and if you say that a person would face problem, you can say he would face music. He would face problem, he would face music, right? These idioms, different idioms, if you would use, it would beautify your speaking. It would just incline up to some extra level, some high level, right? That would be very, very impressive in front of examiner, instead of some other words like going for so and then but try to avoid and delete from your speaking, right? Also these are pauses. But what is the recovery, what is the treatment for that? If you ask me, what is the treatment of deleting so from speaking? What is the treatment of having pauses in your speaking, like saying and like something is happening to you when you speak, some to some student, right? At beginning level, a beginner, no problem. But to delete that, that's only one, having one solution: to speak more, to speak more and more and more. If you speak falsely, wrongly, no problem, but speak more, right? More than at least 1 hour, right? Before I was recommending 30 minutes, but now 1 hour should be spoken, because that is going to improve your level 100%, right? Okay, next, and part two, after yes, starting, how to start, because 1 minute would be assigned to you from examiner side. that you can prepare your topic for a minute and then 2 minutes to speak. Now, for that 1 minute, thank you. You should welcome the question of examiner by saying, thank you for giving me an immense opportunity. First of all, I would like to mention that the person whom I really like and with whom I want to spend my time, he is also my best friend. Along with not only my best friend, he is also my brother, my father, whoever is that person, right? Now, but you look the starting. Thank you for giving me an immense opportunity because this was opportunity to be given to you from examiner. 1 minute preparation. Closing, you can close your answer by saying because of all such aspects, because of all such reasons, because of all such matters, because of all such points, right? Whatever you would have, you can say because of all such reasons, I like to spend my time with him, right? And so this is your proper way of starting and closing. And at the end of answer, say thank you, right? So part two question would be very simple and in this very way. Part three discussion part is I mentioned that part one question would be answered for average two sentences within average two or maximum four sentences, not prolonging that. That is enough, right? Because that is relevant information. And part one, two questions, little bit prolonged is more than 1 minute. Examiner can stop you after a minute anytime after a minute, but you must be fluent for a minute at least and more than 1 minute. And a very good relevant, just understand the question. Each single question you should try to understand first, and then creative way you should answer to the point relevant. For part three questions, those which are regarding society, regarding people, regarding social context, regarding people, individuals, you should prolong answers for 35 seconds. For 30, it means a maximum 25 minimum. This means 6 sentences, 7 sentences, right? Now, 6 to 7 sentences, if you would say, if you would utter, it would take this much time. And like 6 to 7 in simple, easy words, you should share 3, 4, 5, 6 different reasons for part three questions, right? Now, this is how you must answer. And another, the most and the last important thing, then I would have some questions for you people, and I would realize where you are lying right now, and then I would assign some homework, home assignment to you people as well. The very last, the most important part in our speaking is indeed examiner observes grammar. Like what the tense examiner use, you must answer in the same tense. This fluency, having no so, sir, I like it, so I was here, so that was very interesting, so my friend was also enjoying the situation, so many, so delete pauses, and remembering, delete, right? Then I was going to that, and then I would say then, right? Just delete. Furthermore, in additionally, therefore, henceforth, other connectors, professional way of speaking. Now, this is fluency. First, grammar. Next, fluency. Third, your information must be to the question, not talking from own side. Sometimes students think speaking means to talk whatever you have in your mind. No, to talk whatever is asked from you. If he is asking about gift and you are sharing about, your any other free time activity, if he is asking, do you ever get a watch as a gift, and you're saying, I sometimes go outside for enjoying and game and this, right? Sometimes it also happens in online classes. Once I asked one student, now a little bit you should enjoy. Once I asked one student that one simple question, what time you go to bed? And he was silent. And 3 times I asked, please switch on the camera, mister. And then he switched on the camera even. And then I again asked, please tell me now. And then another person said he is already sleeping. And then later on he said, I sleep at 10, my father sleep at 11. Oh, brother, who asked about your father? You should answer about your own self, right? Examiner is interested about yourself, not about your father, not about your sibling or friend. You should talk about yourself in part first, especially. Now, this is once I asked a question from one student, she was not answering, she was not responding. I again taking her name, 3, 4 times I took her name, and suddenly I just the sound came. Her mic was fortunately switched on that moment, and she remained just left that the mic was switched on. Now again, I took her name, and suddenly she just leave that place. And her daughter said, Mama, sir is calling you again for the question. Please come. Right? Sir is calling you. And then the mama was not there. Right? So sometimes it also happens in online session. But when I ask you question, you are obedient and good students. I expect the best from you. 7 plus, the most beautiful score from you. But never disappoint me by texting me sometimes in private and in groups that, sir, please later on next after two students, after three students, next time, because this is first time. What is first time, right? Just English is second language. Enjoy it, answer it, right? Whatever the question is asked from you. Because if you not answer it here, until you are not confident in front of your trainer, the one who is training you can never be confident in front of examiner. Those students who become confident in front of us, they perform very, very well in front of examiner. And those who don't come and don't perform well, they never perform well in front of examiner. So this is overall little bit short discussion. So the most last important part, which I didn't mention, that is called intonation. Intonation. And as speaking exam, if somebody is having this part, I directly give 7+ points. If his grammar is fine, if his grammar is lacking, this person would get 5.5. But if his grammar is fine, his fluency is lacking, this person would get 6 band, 5.5 or 6 band. But if fluency is fine, grammar is fine, intonation is fine, this person can never get less than 7+. Right? The most crucial, the most trivial examiner, if he faced someone, he might be having difficult questions for him. So the minimum score he can get is 6.5, not less than that. Otherwise, 7.5, 8, 8.5 is very easy. If grammar, fluency, intonations are in your speaking, these three are the crucial, the most prominent points for you people. Now, what is meant by intonation? Intonation, in the very simple words, the definition of intonation is to have outstanding expression, emotions. When you start, when you listen some English speakers, they share in a very beautiful way their expressions like this. This was really a nice situation for me and very interesting. I really enjoyed that, right? But what about us? Like us means the non-native speakers. They would speak mostly this Pakistani, Bangladesh, and this some others close one. They do so. They adopt so. While if we talk about Sri Lankan Indians, Indians are more good than Pakistani in speaking this and speaking and sharing answers. Sri Lankans are more good, right? Malaysians are also more good. Turkish is also fine, but Pakistani, Bangladeshi, they lack intonations 100%, right? Most of the time. And when they share expressions, they would talk like this. It was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. And like something is boring, and he's saying it is interesting. So the speaking, when you speak, your body facial gestures, your body expressions, your body tone, that must agree, that must match with your each word that is you are going to utter from your tip of tongue. When you say one single word, this is also communication style. When you say single word, your body expression, eyes, face, hands, everything should be matching with that. Everything should agree with that. If your body is saying, I'm bored, I'm scared, I'm feeling, lacking confidence, I'm feeling hesitation, and you're saying, it was very interesting, I was enjoying. So just imagine, it would be very bored. Your answer would be 100% bored. It would just lack of interest. Examiner would not take any interest in listening that properly, only highlighting mistakes, right? So make each answer interesting by using good expressions, good emotions, and we say do or die. Do or die. Now, to show you a practical example, let me choose a good person within you and let me ask him an interesting question. Arun Haryani, I'm choosing in the whole class to you. Surprisingly, Arun.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Talk about a recent invention that you think it has brought a change in the society and you really like it.
Yes. So can you highlight that, please, if you don't mind?
Sorry,
It is,
sorry.
where is that question? Is it on the
Oh,
screen
okay,
or
yes,
it?
yes, yes. I got it also on the screen, but I asked from myself. Yes, it is here. Talk about an invention you like that has become a part of everyday life. What it is, why you like it, how it helps people.
Sorry about the background noise. Just give me a 1 second. I will.
Okay, we can start. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. So can I start, please?
Yes, yes, yes. I want intonations, I want expressions, emotions.
Yes. First of all, this is my one of my favorite question because I work in the technology. So the invention that I'm going to talk about is, hope so you guys will be aware about this thing, artificial intelligence, and its applications are like ChatGPT, Bard, Google. So what it is basically? So artificial intelligence is a technology that can mimic the human, and they can provide all the your answers uh, in a short span of a time.
Hmm.
You do not have to uh, work on the things like you used to previously. Like the manual intervention have been reduced, and you can get your answers directly. Why I like it? Because it can save your hours of time. To be honest with you, I was really surprised when I used it because I gave a question